Welcome back. Here's a shot of young Jimmy Karras. The guy who showed us the shot just as we were leaving. He can do some things. Jimmy Karras. Here's the cowboy, Jimmy Moore,
First shot.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
This is a 9-ball shot. I'm behind the 7, playing a 9 in the corner. Watch the shot.
I'm gonna watch this, Al. That didn't look hard.
I'm gonna do it in slow
nice
motion.
little shot, or a hand quicker than the eye shot, this is called.
Come on.
That's why you always watch your opponent when you're playing pool.
Well, I guess. I don't know what happened there. Cowboy Jimmy
I'm gonna do it in slow
Moore.
motion, show you how it's made.
Slow motion, I can follow him, Alan.
You're going to see why it's called the hand quicker than the eye shot.
This is the way it's made. And this shot is guaranteed to start a fight.
I don't want to fight anybody.
You make it.
I'm playing gin rummy, no fights. Cowboy Jimmy Moore, he is a character. He can also shoot pool. Hey, here's a guy who has a million disguises. Does he ever take this hat off, UJ Puckett?
One time I seen him without his hat on.
He's something. You had a chance to talk to him. This guy is a character, UJ Puckett.
I first started with a Gulf filling station uniform, and then I hadn't been around too much, so I found out that Texaco was nationwide more than Gulf, so I changed to Texaco station uniform. And then, after it got to where it finally got like after a few years that a Texaco filling station man couldn't get a pool game anywhere.
Nobody hustles in a gas station outfit. That's funny. UJ Puckett. He was on 60 Minutes. That's something. The great hustler.
This is 8-ball in the end pocket.
Traveling 3 rails here. Everybody's going to go around the table. 5 rails. 5 rails around the table in between all those balls and try and make the 8. If he hits a ball, he's going to have to hit the cue ball harder to make the 8. Hit 2 balls.
A little harder, Utley.
Getting on himself, Utley.
Well, that's the end of that.
UJ Puckett used to fight for a living. He said if he didn't knock him out in the first round, it was over in the second. He'd get knocked out. He wasn't in shape. One more time, he says, Alan.
This time he won't touch a ball. Or
I'm a little weak.
He's a little weak.
got the angle down now. Hits it hard enough. He shouldn't touch any balls.
Oh,
And
looks
just make
good,
the 8.
Alan. All right, UJ Puckett. The crowd appreciates it. Love his hat. Ah, Willie Moscone. Here's a class guy. Dapper. Looks good. You had a chance to talk to the Dapper one. Sounded great, Alan.
Alan, I was about 6 years old at the time, and I started playing a dancing school. My whole family were dancers in vaudeville many years ago, and that's what I was destined to be. But after the dancing lesson, I had to wait for an hour and a half for my father to pick me up. Over in the corner, my uncle had a pool table. He liked to play pool. I knew nothing about it. Now, this went on during one whole summer. So at the end of the summer, I got so I could run all the balls off the table. Nobody knew it. But one day, my uncle felt sorry for me, I guess. I was hanging around so much. He said, "Come on, kid, I'll play a game." So he busted the balls, and I ran 15 off. He said, "Do that again." Oh, I think I ran 10 or 11 before missing. Well, the next day I went out and had posters made, and I was playing an exhibition at the Friars Club in New York the following week. That was the start of the billiard career.
Boy, you talk about nostalgia. There's a great pool player setting up his shot.
All right. This is the shot that Jackie Gleason made in the motion picture The Hustler. First time he played Paul Newman, he called the 1 ball out of the pack back into this pocket. Now let's see if we can make it. This yellow ball, or 1 ball, back into this pocket.
This looks tough, Alan.
5 kisses this 1 ball gets before it goes in the pocket.
There we go.
Great shot.
What a shot that was. Willie Moscone. Let's take a look at this again, Alan. Let you describe it.
2 ball, kissing off the 12 ball, hitting the 9 into the 1, kissing off the 7 and 3, and going in the corner pocket.
This is a shot that Paul Newman made in that picture, The Hustler. Gleason broke the balls, and he left the cue ball stuck behind the corner pocket. Paul Newman called the 1 ball, the yellow ball, out of the pack into this pocket. Let's see if we can make it.
Irv, on this shot, you have to know where to hit the cue ball to make it on the side rail. Right there.
Oh, what
There
a
we go.
shot. What a shot. Willie Moscone. He says, I quit. Hey, he's as good looking as Paul Newman. Might explain that bandage. He had a little surgery, and that's why Willie has a band. Let's take another look at this shot, Alan.
Perfect angle. Hits the one ball, kissing it into the striped ball and pocketing it in the corner.
Willie Moscone. You talk about nostalgia. Look at this shot. This is at least not too bad, huh? Stick with us. More coming up right after this. Crane Allen, he still competes.
Sure is, Irv. He's still very competitive.
He looks very relaxed when you had a chance to talk to him.
Well, in this game to win, Alan, you can play well and lose. You can play fairly well and win. To win a tournament with a number of good players like you and the other fellas, you've got to play well and be lucky. Get the breaks. You can't win by just playing well, and you can't win by just being lucky. It's a combination of the two things, and I don't care what anybody tells you, you must play well and be lucky.
Would you rather be lucky than good?
Well, Irv, I'd like to have the combination he's talking about. If you can play well and be lucky.
On this shot, as you can see, there are 4 ringers on the table, 10, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to play the 10 in the corner, the 11 and the 12 in the other corner, and the 13 in the side. 4 balls and 1 shot.
This looks tough.
Very important they be set up right, Irv. He's going to split the 2 balls in the middle and make all 4 in 1 shot. Great shot.
Oh, what a great shot by Irving Crane from Rochester, New York, the Deacon. Let's take another look, overhead angle. Boy, that is some shot. One more angle, Alan, I'll let you describe it.
Splitting the 2 balls perfectly. The 2 balls in the middle go in the corner, and the other 2 the side and the corner.
Irving Crane, who was named the Rochester Man of the Year. Our colorful referee, Charlie Ursetti, introducing a newcomer, Rags Woods. He started out very young playing this game.
Oh, I was 15 when I started playing pool.
How did you get interested in pool?
Well, I tell you, I passed by a pool room one day and heard the balls click. It's a funny thing, I was in high school, and I heard the balls click, and I went in to see what it was, and they were rolling these balls around. And so then I stopped in a pool hall that was close to my house on the way to school, and the man let me in. I told him I was 18, and he let me in, and then I never did go to school no more. I'd leave home in the morning going to school, and I'd go to the pool room, stay there till school was out. Then I'd come back home and tell my mother I'd been to school, and then I'd go back to the pool hall again until time for me to come home. They thought I was out playing ball or something.
A lot of mothers call and they want those kiddos in school. Don't listen, kids. Go to school. Get your education.
All right. This is a 9-ball shot, playing the 9-ball in the corner pocket. 9-ball in the corner pocket.
Now this looks like a time shot, Alan. Is this tough as it looks?
Definitely is. He's going 3 rails with the cue ball. But before he goes 3 rails, he's going to hit the 1 ball, making another ball come down and hit the 9 ball into the 6 ball. And the 9 ball makes the 6, and it's going to hang by the corner pocket like it is going to now, and the cue ball knocks it in.
So that wasn't an accident. The cue ball and the 9 ball were supposed to meet down in the corner. Ooh, you could lose some money in this. Let's take a look.
Especially if the cue ball gets there before the 9.
Look at this time. Good timing.
Just in time to make it.
Yeah, I started out in Detroit, moved to L.A. Class guy. I've really been impressed with him.
Considered as the greatest black player ever.
Playing the 8 ball in the side pocket. 8 ball in the side pocket.
How tough's this, Alan?
Last time.
But he's going to have to move those 4 balls because they're in the way. So it's a combination bank with the cue ball knocking the 4 balls out of the way. The 1 ball will hit the 8, knocking it off the rail going cross side.
Oh, look at this. Piece of cake. You can show me how to do that one, I'm sure, after the show. Robert Rags Wood. One more time. Describe it, Alan.
8 ball cross side.
And from our overhead angle, I like this angle. Piece of cake, folks. We're having some fun. Hope you're enjoying it. Stick with us. We've got a lot more coming up right after this message.